You remember
That
the
was like a
long
real comfortable chair.
walkway we had.
This one.
And
That one
from the front walkway to the front of our house was set back, was all kinds of peonies, flowers.
Yellow peonies.
And the peonies would come out real big. And unfortunately, they'd only last a week, a few days. So one day, the peonies came out beautiful, and Grandpa's out there cutting these peonies, handful of peonies, and he walks out to the front sidewalk, and it was the shift end from Zenith, and all the ladies were coming by him, and he was handing the ladies the flowers.
Grandma.
Oh, no.
Grandma caught him, and she gave him a bawling out. What's the matter you? What are you doing? You tell the stranger people, you give the flowers to stranger people. He says, what am I going to do? He says, they're going to die over here in a week. He says, you might as well give it to somebody that's going to enjoy it. And the two of our...
But they were women, you know, with grandma.
Grandma was jealous because he was giving flowers to these strange ladies coming home. And Grandpa, you know, he just a friendly guy. He wanted everybody to
friendly
enjoy
guy
his
like
flowers.
That's right.
Right, get it.
But another story,
Do
we
you
had
remember
the yard,
Yeah,
lot of
Phillips,
tulips.
too.
And Elma had a birthday party, or I don't know which kid it was, but she had a whole bunch of kids over for the birthday party. And my father, you know, came walking home and he looked. Every tulip was picked, every tulip. And my father loved flowers.
Oh, no.
He come in the house and he started yelling at the kid. I think he yelled at Michael and Eddie. I don't know who it was. Well, because he didn't know the. And Elma didn't even know it because she was down the basement. So she comes outside and she sees every tulip was gone. And so she said she's apologizing to my father. And I think it was one of the kids at the party went and did that. So.
Yeah,
But
I
he
remember. He loves flowers.
But he gave me a bouquet of peonies when I graduated grammar school. Yeah. When I came home, I came out of school, there he was with a bouquet of peonies.
Aww.
I have a picture holding them.
Aw,
Yeah.
my father at least gave me 2 dozen yellow roses.
He liked flowers and fruit.
Yeah.
Fruit, he liked always fruit on the table.
Very outgoing
And flowers.
person. Very outgoing.
That was Grandpa.
Very outgoing. He
But
liked
he was outgoing.
parties all the time.
And Grandma was like,
Dad, when Rena used to ask Grandma about me.
She folds her hands a lot.
Yeah, when Rena used to ask Grandma about me, she'd say, Grandma, isn't she bad? And Grandma didn't want to say anything bad about me, okay? So
Because
when
she was
said-
afraid of you.
No, she wasn't afraid of me. What did...
I think you're right.
No! But Grandma went like this. Show them what Grandma used to
And she
do.
used to
Yeah.
go.
She
Watch
locked her.
this. In other words, you lock...
She didn't want to commit herself.
Yeah, you lock the key and throw away the key. Like
She wouldn't commit herself.
And another thing my father used to do,
Throw the key
my
away.
mother would be sitting in a chair like this, and he would go up there and he'd go, and poke her, you know, to make her laugh. And she'd just sit there. She wouldn't budge.
You know, we would have died.
But he was full of the dick of
Yeah,
it.
she was a good ratio.
So
She's
she
5
had to
brothers.
make an income. Said she took laundry in. She washed clothes to make a
Okay.
living. But she would take my mother in the morning to the nuns' home because there was all boys at home, and that was, you know, a no. They want the boys to have anything to do with grandma or brothers, you know.
Uh-huh.
So the nuns are the ones that taught her how to
So,
to sew, crochet, and do. They taught her how to do all that.
Okay.
That's what my mother told me. So.
But Grandma Regina
She
had
was
Mommy
named
go
after-
to the nun
Yeah.
because
look at her.
her brothers, the sons were
He's
abusing
repeating this-
Grandma.
They're
Abusing Grandma.
repeating
She
the
was the
story.
only daughter.
Because he
And
didn't
there's-
hear what you
And
said.
6
Oh my
guys.
God! What,
repeating
in
it.
the
are
house,
you
and
gonna
they
leave
were,
me with these 3?
yeah.
Dad, she just said that.
Well, I can't hear it.
Oh my God! And I'm gonna be all day with the 3 of you. She just got through saying that.
It's like when Dixie, you buy one, you get
Buy one, get one free.
single free.
Maybe his version of the story is better? Who knows?
That's because he didn't hear what you said.
I liked his version better.
Did you hear what she said?
No.
I didn't think you heard what she said.
I said I liked your version better.
She likes your story better.
That's good.
That's
my
right.
Hey,
That's
Joey,
all.
Joe, here's a chair for you.
Hey, your shirt's unbuttoned.
What if I want to stand up?
No.
Okay, do what you want to do.
I
He's
got
got
a
to walk a
story
little to the
to tell
doctor.
you.
I'm still wet in the back.
Oh.
I got a story to tell your daughters. Your
oh
dad.
yeah, he
Oh, yeah, you're
Yeah, he
her
was.
favorite.
Oh,
She-
You were her
I
favorite.
knew that.
She was very
because he was
sympathetic
quiet. and
Yeah.
nice.
because she
Mike was-
thought that he was.
I was going to be a she.
You Caitlyn Jenner now?
He was gonna be Caitlyn.
No, he was the one that she dressed up with the girl clothes.
Oh.
Because she was mad because
he was
she
going to be a she, a girl.
Oh no, that's me.
That was him.
No.
No, Grandma
Mama,
curled his hair.
Mama had Mike, Joe, and then she had two that were aborted.
Yeah.
And she was tired because she had six brothers, and no girls, and she wanted a girl so bad. So she made everything pink for me, thinking it would go well anyhow. She favored Joe because he was sick all the time.
He was?
And she
Sick.
I'm making up for it now.
Yeah.
He was easy to catch colds and stuff like that.
So she was protecting him.
And protecting him, yeah.
Okay.
I think he was like about
Words in there.
14 or 15, okay? And Grandma used to make him nap in the afternoon.
That's
And,
right, that's it.
Yeah. I can't remember if he was working or this was after school. And he had a boyfriend named Teddy. We used to call him Bones.
Teddy
Bones.
Callis.
Yeah.
Teddy
Bones.
Bones.
He had
I
a
love
nickname,
it.
Bones.
And he'd
Yeah.
come every day to call Joey so they go play. And so this one day, Joey was resting. Bones come over. Mom, where's Joe? No, he's sleeping. Don't bother him. So he slept that whole day, and the next day, and when he woke up, he wouldn't believe anybody that he lost a day. He slept
24 hours.
24 hours.
Yeah.
And
How old was he?
everybody tried to tell him
I
Oh,
it was
14.
Wednesday and not Tuesday because he slept 24 hours.
Wait, what about the time, Uncle Joe, that Grandma thought that Daddy didn't go to school? And she sent
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
You remember that one?
Yeah.
She sent you. Tell him that one.
Daddy was in the Army, the Air Force, and I was in high school. And Steinmetz is a big school, and I was dating Aunt Esther. But Grandma didn't know that the school was so big that even though you go to school, you don't see each other. So she would ask Esther in church,
Did you
because
see
Esther
Philly?
played the piano. Did you see Philly in school? No, I didn't see him. So right away she thinks I'm kipping, okay?
Skipping.
So
not
he comes
kidding.
home on furlough, and Grandma says, "You got to talk to your brother.
Go
He's
to
not
school."
going to school." Blah blah blah. So he gets a hold of me,
Oh,
and he
boy.
gives me a brotherly lecture about kipping school. I says, "Joe, I'm not kipping school." He says, "All right, I'm going to come to school." So he went to school. He went to the principal's office to check on me, and sure enough,
Believe it.
I got good reports because I worked in the office on my time off, and so forth and so on. And so he comes home. He was in a rock and a hard place, because Grandma's telling him one thing, the school's saying something else, and I'm saying I'm innocent, But anyhow, I got a lecture from you better not give school, you know. But I couldn't get through it, Grandma. The school is so big. My graduating class
You don't get to
was
see
like
each
400 or
other.
500.
Yeah.
You know.
Mine was 2,000.
Yeah.
But I have to tell the story about
So
Huh?
are you.
tell the story about
Huh?
when Mike caught
See?
you smoking in the bathroom.
Oh.
Yeah.
How about when you took the car, Grandpa?
Well, that's Mike and Joe.
No,
That's my story.
Oh, that's your story.
That was his story.
I'm like, yeah, I'm getting
Don't steal my story.
Okay, I didn't know who did it. All right. What story
Him and Mikey.
Okay, tell your
Oh,
story.
yeah, let Joe tell the story.
Yeah, he can tell us.
That's his story.
We had, we wanted to go to the Lincoln Park, amusement park.
Yeah.
And so it was I and Teddy and Johnny Glamis and Mike. I think that was it. We barely got into the car. Matter of fact, we were so crowded in the car,
Oh,
there were 3 of us sitting in the front seat.
yeah.
And it wasn't even Pa's car.
Oh,
It
I
was-
thought it was
We thought it was Grandpa's car.
That time, it was Pa's boss's car. 'Cause
Oh, I thought
That's even worse.
it was a Dodge.
Now the truth
That was worse.
Jeez, that's a
my
new
See,
part.
all these
That's a
shoes
new
said-
part of the
Oh,
story I
it was
never heard
Grandpa's
before.
car.
No. So anyhow, it was parked across the street in the garage by
By Uncle
Uncle
Pete.
Charlie's
How did you
garage.
get
Yeah,
the
that's what
keys?
Charlie.
Uncle Charlie.
Oh.
No, we borrowed the keys one time for something,
And
and
you
we
didn't.
made a set.
That's even worse.
That's even worse.
This is a whole new
getting
story,
worse.
man. Wait,
It gets better.
this is a whole.
Confession.
This is a whole different
So-
story.
Wait,
We all
he
go-
didn't hear that. He made a set of
We
keys.
made a set of
They
keys.
made a
okay,
set of
okay.
keys.
So we all go to the garage, we
Right.
open the door, and we push
At home.
the car
Out
out of the
Out
garage
of the alley.
and down the alley about a half a block.
How old were you? How old were you
Far
again?
enough,
Wait, how old were you?
I don't know.
Probably 16,
Oh
17.
Lord.
15, I don't know.
14 and you're driving one
You guys are delinquent.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, yeah,
they were
yeah.
all driving.
In
This
those
story's
days,
getting worse.
you didn't need a license. Well, anyhow, we start the car, and we're on our way to the park. So we're on Western Avenue, and we're not far from the park, and this jerk cuts right in front of me, like this. I mean, really in front of me. And I'm driving with one hand, because the other hand was around, I think it was Teddy. So with the one hand, I went like this, made a U-turn on Western
Oh
Avenue.
my God.
Wow.
And luckily we didn't get into an accident.
So then the car goes
Yeah, but-
home.
This other time,
No, wait.
Yeah, but,
the story's not finished. The car goes home, and what does Grandpa do?
yeah, well,
He went in the garage and felt the hood.
He called
They
me. he
denied
said,
that they took the
Where
car.
did you go? I
So
said,
all three of them are
nowhere.
talking.
Grandpa
Look at him.
puts his hand on by the
On the
motor.
hood.
He says, "How come it's hot?" So they really got the business.
Did you get this?
He knew
Yeah.
right away.
This, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what's your story? What did you do wrong?
Cigarette.
Oh.
Well, where the streetcar
Yes.
where the streetcar stopped on Grand Avenue, the people would get on the streetcar and they take their cigarette
We
in
don't
the
know what
toes.
streetcars
And I
are.
used to go pick them up,
No, we have one in our
and
town.
then I take them and I go into the bathroom and I light them up, you know. So my brother Mike knocks on the door in the bathroom. We only had one bathroom in the house. And
We had two.
I had to dye it out right away.
We had one
Yeah,
downstairs.
Yeah,
and
we
he
had two.
opens the door.
You
He
didn't
says,
hear nothing they said.
"What's that smell?" I said, "What smell?" You know, I just made poopy. No. That's cigarette. You're smoking. And then he started laying into me. You know.
We were just
Then I
a
got
little
real guilty.
I said
you
you
know.
were a little kid.
I was I don't know, maybe 10 years old.
Oh my
I don't know.
God.
Oh my gosh.
And then
Don't
I started to cry.
Yeah, my father worked nights and he came home from work. And so we were in the dining room and he's telling my mother the story. He says, "Oh, I saw a big accident. Yeah, he says the Pepsi-Cola
Go hit the butts.
But
and I started to laugh. I was laughing so hard. So he started to chase me around the dining room table. He was gonna give it to me. He didn't hit me.
He hit you.
I don't remember.
Oh,
And he chased me
come on.
around the dining room.
Your mouth was bleeding.
one boy remembers and the other one don't remember.
I only remember I went
different
under
stories.
the
She doesn't
table.
want to remember.
I went under the table. I remember.
Pepsi-Cola hit the butts.
Because he didn't like
Yeah,
us
we used to
making
tease
fun of
him
his.
about
his
that.
He didn't like it.
Oh, no.
I tell you, it was so
Yeah.
funny. And they had a questionnaire, and all the questions: who's the first president of the United States? And so my mother would say, "Sit down with Pa and read the questions." I remember that so clearly. And I'd sit there and I'd say, "Who's the first president?" He would go down the line, and he'd give the answers. So he went downtown to get a citizenship. When Ma went with him, and when they came back, and he told me he got a citizenship, he was crying. He was so proud that he became a citizen. And I thought, here, I helped him, because he couldn't read.
Yeah. But it was because of Mom. Mom was the one that
She taught him how to sign his
she
name.
taught him how to
Sign his name.
write, and she went over all of the
Oh, yeah.
questions with
She
him. Yeah.
taught-
Okay,
Yeah.
but how did Grandma learn, Daddy?
Huh?
How did Grandma
She went to
learn?
school.
She went to
She-
school.
She went to
went to
about
Well,
fifth
she
grade.
was already a citizen.
But she went to school here?
Yes.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah,
fifth grade.
yeah.
She went up
Yeah,
to fifth
she-
All
grade.
three of them.
She was an
I
organizer.
can't hear.
She knew how to sew,
Yeah.
because she learned as a girl. But as soon as she came to Chicago, she got a contract in Merchandise Mart,
Make hats.
downtown Chicago,
Yeah.
making men's shirts.
I
Did
thought
the
they
collars.
were hats.
Then
The college.
then she started making ladies'
That
hats.
was a Jewish
So,
man that came to
She
the
got
house.
paid by
Peace.
piecework, they call
They're
hats.
all talking the
So
same.
she organized a bunch of ladies on the block to help her make
Wow.
these hats, paid them so she could get the final markup to take them down to the merchandise mart
Smart
and make
woman.
money.
You want to hear this story about the hat?
Smart.
Do you want to
Wait.
hear this? My husband was in the hospital. He was dying with the brain tumor. And there was a girl sitting across the hall from me with a lady, old mother. Her mother was dying. My husband was, she'd sit there and she was looking at me and looking at me and looking at me. Finally, she came over. She said, "I know you." I said, "You do?" She says, "Yeah, I know you." And so she lived on Mead Avenue.
See?
And her mother was across the hall. She said, "I used to come to your house." She told me this. And my mother and I come to your house, and your mother gave my mother all this straw stuff
Yeah,
and
yeah.
made hats.
Make hats?
And then when she made them, she brought them back to the house. And it was Petrobone.
Okay, yeah.
They lived on Mead Avenue.
Yeah.
And anyway, when Ed died, the brother came over and he gave
Yeah.
his condolence to me
Yeah.
because, of course, he knew Mom and
Yeah.
all. But they were Petrobone on Mead Avenue.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was-
Mom
yeah,
was very,
And she remembered her
very
mother.
bright.
Her mother made the
Yeah.
hats.
yeah.
Yeah.
She made hats, shirts, all kinds of things.
Very
And
talented.
then she also made cosmetics.
Yeah, that's right.
That I
That's
don't
a new
remember.
one I didn't hear.
She did?
I don't remember
Like
that.
what?
She would
Mary
get,
Kay.
It was all during
Yeah.
Depression time.
Yeah.
she would go downtown again to a Jewish company, and they give her blocks of this stuff.
That I
Lard?
remember.
Like, and her job was to break it all up
Gloria.
by hand.
Like paraffin? Paraffin
No,
wax?
I don't know. I don't-
pottery. It was
Okay.
They
pottery.
used to use powder.
Oh, like talc.
powder.
Oh, yeah.
How many talc?
And she would break it all up, and we got it real fine, and then
Okay,
she would take it downtown again.
Yeah.
There's mice in there somewhere.
That's
I got
nice.
Well,
another story, probably, maybe you remember, maybe you don't. But I was a little kid, well, I'm 5 years younger, okay? So he was always looking out after me. And I don't know if you remember, behind Burbank was a dump area for crackers,
Yeah.
for
yeah,
cheese crackers.
Yeah.
Okay? And I used to go there this company used to dump leftovers. And
Yeah.
crackers were in the boxes, and I used to go there, pick the full boxes
They're good
to
ones.
eat them because it was good. And on the Mead Avenue was this Lanessa.
Oh, Lanessa. Yeah,
He was a gangster.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh,
And
jeez.
one day I was over
I
there,
don't remember all that.
and
You're a
Joey was
baby. This all
there
happened
too.
before you were born.
And I'm picking this stuff, and this guy comes up with a machine gun.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
goodness.
Get out of there, you guard. Get out of there, you punks. Get out, to kick us out,
Wow.
And I got mad at this guy, and then they go, and Joey grabbed a hold of me and says, come on, get out of here. And he was smart enough to get me
Yeah,
out of
you
there because I was
could've got
upset.
Why didn't you tell us that story?
This guy bullied me.
Man, why'd you tell
you
us
know,
that story?
And I didn't have enough sense to understand what he was doing with that. Yeah.
How old were you?
Vanessa,
I'll tell you the Mars story.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we know.
I think myself and two other guys that had lived on our block across the street.
Penny?
Mascari.
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 Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Rocky,
No, the other
No.
one.
Danny,
No.
Gizzy.
Danny
Gizzy,
and Giz.
Gizzy,
Gizzy.
Gizzy.
Yeah, they went.
Gizzy.
They said, "Let's go get some candy." Okay, so we go over to Mars. We jump the fence into the storage yard where the trains pulled in, and they would load the Mars candy bars
Talk louder.
and ship them out of the state.
Tell them to talk loud.
So we jumped to get the fence, and we went in this box car, and we start getting the Mars bars out of the boxes. All of a sudden, the door closes.
You were locked in.
We were locked in. The guard
Oh.
caught us. And Gizzy, the guy we call Gizzy, he wanted to get out. No, he started to cry. He was going to light a fire to get out of the boxcar.
Oh, my
We said,
goodness.
"You're nuts." So
Oh,
we
my
finally
gosh.
talked him out of it. And the guard opened the door and says, "Okay, go on, let you guys go. But don't come back here again."
You guys were bad.
Oh, we were horrible.
Bad kids.
A lot of it is all during Depression time.
Yeah.
I thought you were all saints.
You know,
Yes.
if
My-
we would have done half the stuff that you
Yeah,
guys
we would have
did,
got in trouble.
I wouldn't be here.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
You guys did a lot of good things.
They did.
Our parents were working, both
Okay,
our parents
listen
are
to this.
working, and that's the way it was.
Yeah.
Yet you're on your own.
Yeah.
They were the latch what do you call them?
Latchkeys.
Latchkeys. Tell them about Auntie
My
Ben's
sister and I
drinking.
slept together in the same bed together, and she slept against the wall. I slept at the end. She kept getting up. And I wanted to go to sleep, getting up. I said, "What are you getting up for all the time?" I don't know how many times she got up. And then all of a sudden she says, "Oh, I'm so thirsty. I'm drinking the punch in the juice in the refrigerator." In the refrigerator. I said, "You're what?"
It was pure gin.
My father used to make. He used to
Grappa?
make.
It looked like water, but it was gin.
Was it grappa?
But he had a lot of
Yeah.
fruit in there. He had cherries
And she
and
thought it was
orange. He had
Yeah.
pineapple.
Yeah.
She was
Oh
going
my
drinking
gosh.
straight alcohol.
Yeah, what did you
I
do?
thought, oh my gosh. And then she says, she goes back to bed. "I don't feel good. I feel sick." I says, "Get to the bathroom." No, she didn't want to go. She started to throw up. And she was throwing up.
Yeah.
My mother was sick. She was in bed. She wasn't feeling
And
good.
what did you do? You gave her
Well,
to
you
me.
walked in the house later.
Yeah, I walked
I
in the
said,
house.
"I feel
You walked in the house. You know what you said? I don't want to sleep with her. Get her out of here.
She's throwing up." I said, "Clear." So
And you had cleaner?
I took her to the basement,
Yeah, he was
and I
very
had to
patient.
lay her on the couch there, and she was throwing up all over the
It
floor.
could have killed her. It could have
Oh,
killed her.
Wow.
Didn't it have rock candy
She
at the
was sick for
bottom?
about 2
Oh, yeah,
hours.
rock candy.
Didn't it have rock candy at the bottom?
I don't know what he had. It was all filled with
I wanna know-
different
I wanna
fruits.
know
Grandpa
recipe.
used to make his own
You want the
gin.
recipe?
A lot
I
of
want the
cherries.
recipe because it's
Yeah.
so
Yes, there's a lot of fruit in there.
She wants the recipe.
But he,
It sounds like really good
Ask
sangria.
sounds
Auntie May.
really good, actually.
Ask Auntie May for the recipe.
Yeah.
Oh
But he had to mop the floor and he did all. My
Oh.
father was
For
working.
3 hours, she was
Oh, she could
Oh,
have died. She could have
Yeah,
died.
oh yeah.
sick. Yeah, remember?
Oh, wait, back
Oh,
what
in
did you say?
From
Franklin
the
Park.
farmhouse on Grand Avenue, yeah.
Franklin Park.
Yeah, Franklin Park. And one day we went there with Mom to get milk and eggs, and the guy says, if you want, my grandma wanted eggs. And she said, oh, that's too much money. He says, well, lady, all I can give you is cracked eggs.
Yeah.
Eggs that are
Right.
cracked. And Grandma looks at me, she says, what's a quack egg? She wanted to know from me what a quack egg. So, because she got them cheap, she bought a bunch of quack eggs.
They got vegetables in the refrigerator. But Uncle
God. You
Bazzi
want us
was
to
on
put the
welfare.
Yeah, Uncle Bazir was the one that did the work.
I'll get it.
Yeah.
No, she'll
Is he the one with the monkey?
Pa did.
Is he the one with the
Dad
monkey?
did not too
Oh, I
much though.
remember.
Dad didn't
I
really.
Uncle
did.
Bazir did most of the
No,
work.
that cousin's
I
in
Yeah.
Italy.
Pa did it.
She wants to know his
Oh,
And then
wait.
all the paisans used to come over
Uncle
to
Phil?
Yeah.
And Pa knew they came because
Well,
they wanted vegetables.
Pa
And
liked
he'd
the
sit-
fruit trees.
But he'd sit there.
Grandma wanted the vegetables.
Yeah.
Hey,
And so her brother did most of the gardening.
Yeah.
Uncle Phil, what's the story about when you went to Italy
Yeah,
and you went and visited Grandpa's family
yes.
They do that.
and
Right.
they slept on the stairs?
Taught me well.
there you go.
Remember that?
Yeah,
And
I didn't know that till the next day.
And they give
Yeah.
you their bed.
they
This
gave you their
was-
bed.
Wow.
This is what I told you, if that guy goes to,
He's coming to the
Cousin picnic.
Salvatore's coming to the picnic.
This is-
Yes.
Uncle Phil's family,
Okay.
okay? That's Grandpa's
Brother.
half-brother.
Brother. Yeah. Adopted.
Adopted
Adopted
brother.
brother.
Adopted brother.
Albergo brother.
When Grandpa was adopted, the people that adopted Grandpa then had Uncle Phil and a daughter named Maria.
Okay.
They only had 2 kids,
And she'd be married to
Yeah.
Fiore.
and the Maria was the one that lived in front of Grandma on McVickers.
Okay.
Okay, and Uncle Phil family never came to the state except he did,
Okay.
and that's why I said to you,
Under the
this was just before the World War,
No, put it
the
in a
Second
box.
World War.
Uh-huh.
Uncle Phil used to come. It was from 1935 to 39. He come September through Christmas. He had a contract making Christmas candy.
I'm on.
He used to come every year, and that's why his nephew told him that my grandpa came to the States.
Oh.
So Uncle Phil used to come to make candy in
He
the
will
candy
show this-
factory.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Oh.
well, anyhow, I went to visit them, okay? And when I went to visit, Uncle Phil had died the year before. So they said, you come and sleep with us. And all they had was one big queen bed in a big room that was the living room, bedroom, dining room, everything. They had only cold running water. They had no hot water. They had no kitchen stove. They had an open heart
Now this was
Charcoal.
the house that
This was the
Grandpa
house.
was raised in.
stone.
No.
Oh, this is a
stone.
different house.
Yeah, and this was
Okay.
Uncle
He was
Phil's
raised in that house?
Uncle Phil's wife and 2 daughters. One was named Sophie. One was named Maria.
Okay.
And it was the Maria that I think he talked to. His Maria's kids.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
some Fiore.
Fiore.
Yeah,
Fiore.
Last name?
Fiore.
Fiore.
I don't know. That's what I heard.
If it's Fiore, then it's on the
He didn't hear
sister
you.
side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
if he talked to Fiore,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyhow, they said, you sleep in this bed. and we ate in the dinner table, and they took the charcoal from the open hearth fire after they cooked, made spaghetti, and they put it in a copper, looked like a
Kettle?
frying pan, and they put it underneath the table, and the heat warmed up our legs. That was the radiant heat.
Oh.
Yeah. And then when I went to bed,
Very poor.
they had a small version. They opened it up, put the coal in there, and they warmed up my bed. They put the covers up, warmed up my bed, and that's it. There was no toilet, so they gave me a picheroule.
What's a piece of roll?
A picheroule.
What's that?
Oh, okay.
And that I had that underneath the bed, and if I had to urinate, that was it. And if I had to do the other one, I had to go up on the roof in the clay pot. And you do it in the clay pot on the
And
roof.
what did you
They
wipe
had a
yourself
flat
with?
roof.
They have a
Other than
bunkhouse?
toilet paper. What did you wipe yourself with?
I don't remember.
They didn't have a buck house, a back house?
No.
Yeah. It's
On the
right
roof.
across the street from the cemetery where Uncle Phil was buried.
Oh my
not kidding.
gosh.
I'm not kidding. It's
Wow.
You open the door
Oh,
and you can walk right to
gosh.
the cemetery.
All right, Dad,
One
is
piece
this
of
the
you.
house?
Anyhow,
Is this, they want to know, is this the house that Grandpa was raised in?
no.
No.
Why
This
did
is
wait?
where
Why did
Uncle Phil was raised.
Yeah.
Well, you need a
Grandpa
privacy.
was raised,
You need a privacy.
You're one.
maybe
know. Don't forget
Like-
in your will.
if you walk three
I'll
three
take all my
blocks,
socks.
there was a big vineyard.
I take
There was a brick building there, and that's where Grandpa was raised,
Okay.
in the
Oh.
vineyard.
Okay.
But it was in walking distance.
I know, and this is in
Yeah.
this is in Trijan.
It ran into the job.
So
Trijan.
Salvatore's brother or cousin, he went to go to Bari, Trijan, and he went to a
Well,
house.
Diane wants to.
He said no one was living there.
Diane
Maybe it
wants
was
to.
the house you went to. Because he
Yeah.
was kind of like, so I don't know which house he went to. I didn't know. Okay.
If he said his
That's what
grandpa made a
You
lot
want
of
this?
Trips to the States,
Yeah.
he's
And
right.
He made
He
candy.
used to come to make candy
Okay.
for 4 years in a row. I
Okay.
remember
Something to
because,
drink?
He lives with us.
yeah, he used to live with us.
My
Remember
wonderful
so?
cousin.
Yeah, sure.
He came in and he
So, well, after they warmed your bed, what? And
Okay.
you went to bed.
then I went to bed and I didn't see my aunt and my two cousins,
Yeah.
Sophie and Maria. So next morning, I get up,
You want
coffee's ready and all that stuff.
Joe.
And so
Is that yours?
that's where, when I was told
What's
where
that other one?
the potty
Yeah.
was.
What is this,
I
cherry?
says, well, where did you sleep? And
It
they
looks
didn't
like, it
answer.
looks like cherry.
I said, where did you sleep?
You want cherry?
And they said, come over here. And they took me by these big stairs, wide stairs,
Wow.
that went to the flat roof.
Mm-hmm.
And they each took a stair, and that's where they slept on the stone.
Oh wow.
And I could have died.
Yeah.
I said, here I'm in a comfortable bed, and here's my aunt
And they're
and
sleeping
my
on the
cousin
stairs?
Sleeping on the
sleeping on the
stairs.
stairs.
Oh, man.
I couldn't believe it.
Right. It's like,
I mean,
Yeah, that's
talk
sad.
about. And remember Chicho
Or you
Alberto?
want this?
I went
Okay.
down. Yeah.
who's
Now,
Chicho?
he- He
Chicho
retired
Alberto.
from
He was a
Chicago.
cousin. He was a cousin
Sure
to my
company.
father. He,
Okay.
he was
used
in
to
the
work for Sure
Bearable.
Company.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he had a,
They called him
I think a
Chicho.
brother,
What does
Alberto,
Chicho mean?
Michael Alberto.
Chicho.
What does it
One was a
mean?
gang.
Don't they ever give
Yeah.
them little
I have no
nicknames?
idea.
They're a
My
gangster.
father was Abash.
Chicho went back
Who's a
and
gangster?
retired in Dijon, and he lived just 3 houses away from Uncle Phil.
Sorry.
And he's the one that took me around and showed me everybody.
Oh.
Because he was an albergo, he knew everything about the family, and I didn't at that time.
You want
didn't
cherry?
You want cherry?
Get
Yeah.
into the
Cherry?
details.
Yeah.
I should have.
Well,
You
that
don't
was a
want
different
this?
He
time.
knew
No,
what
he
Yeah.
wants the
details
cherry.
were.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uncle Joe, your father, was named after Grandma DiPrigio's father.
Okay.
His name was Joseph.
Okay. Giuseppe.
And Grandma loved him,
You want anything?
but he died very young,
Okay.
like 45. He had some kind of, Grandma always told me the story, she grieved. He got some kind of disease, and he died very young.
Yeah.
And that's why he left all the children. And Regina, Grandma's mother, never remarried. She then raised all the boys and Grandma.
Six,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
6 children.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's how they all
Where
are.
did she get her name? Sophie.
Sophie was on Grandpa's side.
Grandpa's side.
That was Grandpa's adopted mother's
A
name.
variable, yeah.
And Grandpa adopted father's name was Mikhail, Mike.
Michael.
Mikhail, that's what Brother Mike was saying.
And where'd they get Felipe from?
From
the
Grandpa's
brother.
half brother.
Oh.
I'm
And
so glad we got 3
Maria-
generations
Yeah.
of Sophie.
Maria was Grandpa's half sister.
Yeah.
So it's the only 2 he had.
They went
And then Aunt Babe was named after.
Regina.
Regina.
Okay.
Regina's, yeah, Grandma's
She
mother.
changed her name
Her
to
name was
Virginia.
Babe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her name was
Her name was
Regina. She
Babe?
changed it to Virginia.
And your dad was living with her.
Very good,
Look at
Diane.
them.
Diane.
Your dad was living with Regina in Chicago, and I was born after she died.
Okay.
She
Joey
died
remembers her.
after
Joey,
your dad was born.
he
you remember?
remembers her.
Yeah, Mike and Joe were living with Grandma Regina.
Her gravestone, Rena
Yeah.
took us there
Mm-hmm.
a couple years ago.
Louder, Nicole.
Rena took us to Grandma Regina's grave site.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And there's a picture of her on the gravestone.
yeah.
It looks like it was put there yesterday.
Yeah.
It looks
It's
It's-
really nice.
very clear.
very clear.
She was only
Yeah.
only 63 in that
Yeah.
picture. She
Oh,
was
she looked like she
Yeah.
was
That was
90.
Uncle Doris.
She looked like she
63.
was.
No,
She looks like
no,
she-
Regina's
90.
picture.
Yeah.
They put like a
Grandma's picture.
A photograph.
Yeah,
An oval picture.
it's like
Yeah.
an oval. What do they call that?
Oval.
It's,
Oval.
It was like
Nicole, you're going deaf.
No.
Diane,
Like,
make her laugh, Diane.
You're making it babe.
It's not a photograph.
Enamel. It's enamel.
It's enamel.
That's the word I was.
Yeah,
Enamel.
Yeah.
And that's the way it is.
And Dad's done.
Wait, they want to know
End of story.
which one had the monkey.
Yeah,
that
who was the
Uncle
monkey?
John.
All right.
Okay.
Oh.
Wait,
Uncle John.
You don't want to hear about
He had a little monkey, and he had roasted peanuts,
If
And
you
he'd
haven't
go
heard
to
these
all the
stories,
carnivals,
George.
and he'd entertain the people with
And
the
whose side of
monkey.
the family?
Ridge
So,
Park.
Whose side of the family is
The
Uncle
Frigio.
John? And
The Frigio.
Grandma.
Grandma's side.
He was an
Alright.
organ
He was Grandma's brother,
grinder, right?
oldest brother.
Yeah.
Nobody
And
liked him.
Grandma and Grandpa took care
We
of him.
don't want to be related to him.
And
We
he
don't
did-
want to be related to
because he didn't want to go back to Italy, but Grandpa, as generous as he was,
Oh my God.
he got hit by a car and was left like a hit and run. Okay,
Broken leg.
Grandpa took him in, got him healthy, and then paid for his way to go back to his family.
He
Wow.
went to the Italian.
And when I got there, his wife said, "You should have kept him. We didn't want him." That's right.
but he had like
That's right.
But
Because,
he
you know
had
why?
he had like 6 kids, didn't he? He had
6
lot-
kids.
he had lot-
9.
9.
9 kids.
Oh,
Nobody
wow.
wanted him because
Nobody
he
wanted him.
never sent them any money
Money.
that he made.
Oh.
But when he lived with us, you
Yeah.
know, recuperating,
Yeah.
you know, my
Recuperating.
father, they would feed him and everything. And he lived like a pauper.
Yeah.
I mean, he was always dirty. When he was, before he lived with us, he was always dirty.
Yeah.
Well, one night we're having dinner, and he takes the fork or whatever, takes a napkin, and he's wiping everything. I
My
thought, what are
father,
you doing?
He hit the ceiling.
Because he thought,
And his hands were filthy.
you
and
live like a...
He got
like a
insulted.
pig,
My
and
dad
you're
got
gonna-
Yeah.
insulted that he
Leave
was
the
wiping.
fork.
Like it was dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the
Dad,
food
you
was
want a
dirty.
piece of pie?
I would no, I don't want to pay.
You don't want pie?
So wait, he
No, I
was
don't wanna pay.
he was
Oh, I think
grandma's
Grandpa was very generous.
grandma's brother?
Brother.
Wow.
One of her
Grandma's
brothers.
brother.
Okay.
One of her
The
brothers.
oldest
What do you
brother.
want?
He was one of
This
the
is how
older
I
ones.
feel.
But he
Okay.
had 9 kids.
He
Wow.
had 9 kids.
Oh my! And they
And-
all did well.
Yeah, and
The daughter lived
And
in
one of his
Venezuela.
daughters-
The Venezuela.
Yeah.
went to
Oh,
Venezuela.
Those are the
Yeah.
And
Venezuelans.
if you saw her,
Those are the
she was a
Mm-hmm.
split image of Mom.
You know what? We went to a wedding, Ma
Oh.
and I,
Yeah,
and she was at the wedding.
yeah.
It was one of those Deprezios that
She
came from Italy.
can't hear.
I don't know if you went to that wedding.
She's so-
And we're sitting there, and
You guys
she's
are gonna
staring
leave
at
me
me
with the
and
three of
staring at me, and I was getting uncomfortable. She kept staring, so I said to Ma, "What's wrong with me?" She keeps looking at me funny. My Ma says, "You got a round face, and she's got a round face. She thinks you look like." I said, "I don't believe it." But I was getting nervous because she just kept
Was that
That
Uncle
was the
John's?
daughter,
yeah,
from
yeah,
Venezuela.
She
Yeah.
probably saw
She-
pictures of you.
And
Maybe
And
I
she
don't know,
her
but I
son,
was very uncomfortable.
she had 7 sons.
No, I think
Yeah,
my Lord.
in Venezuela.
7. Okay.
I went to visit them, and one of her sons wanted to marry
Oh, I
her.
remember
Oh.
that.
Yeah, Umberto.
Umberto.
Well, why
yeah.
didn't you do
Umberto.
that?
Because Grandma told him not to get near me.
And one of her
Gloria
sons was a
Umberto?
doctor.
Yes.
Yeah.
We brought her to
But the
America.
rest of them were
Umberto.
mechanics.
You
And
should
they own
see
a
him. He
chain
was
of
so
barbers.
All
cool.
mechanics.
He had nine,
Yeah.
nine
The
sheep.
father was a barber.
He
Yeah.
had a
Oh,
9-year
that's like
barber
our
shop.
cousins.
Yeah.
But that's like
weird.
Third
And
cousin.
they were
cousins.
pretty well off.
You know,
Oh, yeah, they had-
And I
they were all
remember,
mechanics.
I
They were
remember
making
You guys were the
all
same
kinds of
age?
when they
No,
came
he was
to
older.
try to
Okay.
come
Grandma
to
says
America.
She's
It-
too young.
somehow or
Go
other
away.
they couldn't
So
come.
he went
Mom
back
sent him
and
money.
he waited
Yeah.
2
to
years.
that girl,
Yeah, yeah.
and they went to
Then
Venezuela.
he comes back
But
and
Ma
he asks
sent the
But she
Grandma
was a
again.
spitting image of Mom.
And she says,
She looked
she's
so much
already
like
married.
Mom.
I was married because I got married at 19.
Oh my god.
He came back again,
Wow.
waiting for me to grow up, right? And I was
He's
already
still
married.
waiting. He's still waiting.
Yeah, go find
Umberto.
He's still even Venezuela.
He was
They haven't
good-looking
taken
guy.
her now.
Oh.
They can't
Yeah, but tell them how they treated their wives when you went
They
Oh,
there.
can't
they
get
were
out of
terrible.
Venezuela.
Grandma saved me.
Macho, they were
Oh yeah,
abusive.
Grandma wasn't
Oh.
happy.
Yeah.
No, she kept him away
That's
from me.
good. That's good
typical.
though.
Because the phone was.
Trying to get a date with her?
Yeah, oh, this is gonna be good.
No, you didn't hear that story?
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I think
Now be
her,
truthful.
David and your dad
I'll be
resemble
truthful.
a little bit.
Mhm.
I was
Yes.
at home.
Oh,
I
yes.
had 4 kids at home.
I think so.
Oldest
Yeah.
one was married, Angie. And the pastor told me, he said, George, get out and look for your wife. He said, look for your girlfriend.
That was my father-in-law,
And I said, Pastor,
ex-father-in-law.
how am I going to find a girlfriend working 8 hours in the meal, coming home, cooking? I'm just taking care of the family, you know. And he asked me, he said, would you like to meet Phil Sicurro's sister? I said, I didn't know Phil had a sister. But she'd been there at church, and you two sung together one time. I said, yeah, I'd like to meet her, you know. He said, okay. He had one of his deacons was his brother-in-law that was Joe,
Yeah.
and so had him and Sylvia to make a dinner date so I could meet her. So we.
Wait a minute, Uncle George. Give me credit. I was married to the Machos.
Yeah.
That's your fault.
Well, let him finish. Let him finish.
Which one was it was married to Sylvia?
Uncle Doc.
Uncle Doc, yeah.
Salvador.
Yeah, Doc was going to make a dinner date
Yeah,
for
yeah.
me to meet her.
Yeah.
So he called me up. He said, "Oh, it's too late. She went to Japan." So
She went to see you.
yeah, she went to Japan.
To
Yeah,
see
they
you.
Yeah,
called me, and we had a church fellowship.
yeah.
And then I told my sister
No,
that we got a guy we
No,
want you
he-
to meet. No, I don't wait, no, I don't want to meet nobody. No,
Different
no,
time.
no, no, no.
Yeah.
I said, but he's a widow, and again, no, I don't want to meet nobody. So we had this church fellowship, and after the church, we went to go have
Gotta
pizza.
touch. No,
The
this
next
gotta
day,
touch.
Babe says, "Oh, I want to go meet him."
Oh, good looking
One
guy.
meeting,
One and
one
one.
pizza, one pizza.
3 months they got married.
Grandma,
Was it 3
months?
you guys didn't let him
He
finish
says
the
yes.
story.
I know.
Let him finish.
Yeah.
Rose,
Finish the
we
story,
had a dinner
George.
date, and that was canceled. Then I called again. He said, no, it said she's in Japan. So when she come back from Japan, we'll make another dinner date, you know, and you can come over. So the next time he called me, he said, well, forget about it, George. She don't want to meet nobody. So I told the pastor. I said what he said, you know.
Pray for me.
Pastor said that Brother Mike, her
Father-in-law.
he said, we ain't giving up. They have a Wednesday night service. We'll take a bus load and we'll go to church.
And she can't go there.
She's got to be there.
Right, she can't leave church.
Yeah.
Here we had this old church bus. There's an old Sunday school bus, or a school bus actually, but the church bus. We went down to Dan Ryan that time, you know, this old church bus. We got to the church early.
Yeah.
So we went in, we were sitting in the back, but then wasn't too many in there.
She was playing the piano.
No, Joyce was.
Oh, no.
Wait to hear this one.
Oh, we were sitting there, and they said she plays the piano.
Oh.
So
Wow.
I said, okay, here comes this little short, fat lady in.
That was Joyce. And he thought it was
Let
Auntie
him
Babe.
finish, honey.
I was sitting there, oh, what's he getting me into now? You know, I just passed it off. Then finally, she come down the right side.
Played the organ.
And they punched me and said, that's the one.
He had the wrong one because
You-
Joyce was playing the piano. And he thought that was Auntie Babe.
Then
You understand
when the
that?
church finished, she come out of the church, come up the aisle.
I have to translate all that.
And the pastor stopped her and said, hey, I got somebody I'd like to meet. You know, we'd like to go out, maybe have some pizza or something. She said, oh no, me and my girlfriend's got something planned. So it was all off. Then you and Brother Mike got together and made it, we went to a Pizza Hut someplace.
Yeah, we went to pizza place.
Yeah.
Yeah, she fell in love right away.
No, he tried to make a date. Now wait to hear this.
Wow, love at first sight, huh?
Yeah. So
He tried to call her.
I got her phone number, and I called phone number, and her mother got on the phone, and I said, yeah, I'd like to come over and meet Virginia, because we talked by phone. And I said, what's your address? She rattled off some
Big kicker, she couldn't say Make it That's funny.
Nobody home.
Okay, Uncle George, tell him how many times.
She couldn't pronounce big Vickers.
Wait, you're missing it.
She said Micah Vickers.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but tell them how many times Auntie Baby be talking for hours and hours and hours, and you couldn't get through on the line.
Yeah.
He'd go make a sandwich, and he'd put his phone down, and he'd go try again, and she was talking for hours. He said,
That's when we had one phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened, George?
So what happened?
Well,
Yeah.
you had to keep trying.
Well, we got together. I don't know how in the world I got the address.
Make a wicker.
So when it went over, we went out to dinner, and that's first date. And she had some people, Billy too, and his
Billy
wife,
and
Yeah.
that
Grace.
was Grace
Peacock.
Peacock.
Yeah, great.
And we went out to dinner a couple of times, but then I worked 4 to 12. A lot of times I'd come home at 11:30, 12 o'clock, and I'd give her a call, you know, and talk to her before I went to bed. The phone would be busy.
At 12 o'clock at night.
12
Maybe it was off the
o'clock
hook.
No.
Who were you talking to?
Billy.
Yeah, Billy too.
Grace and
Who?
Billy.
This is her sister.
No, it was Billy.
Rose Guilano?
No,
No,
it was
it was-
Peacock. Grace and
Oh.
Peppy.
Oh,
they call
Peacock. Okay.
Oh, her sister.
Yeah, but Uncle George would tease her and say that you were talking to Billy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we were selling those products.
Yeah, you were in a business
Best one.
together. Best one.
At midnight? At midnight?
At midnight?
Selling products.
Diane, shut up. But when he told me he would go make a sandwich and put the phone down and then go do something else and come do it again, he says, I kept doing that all night.
Oh, man.
Play hard to get. That's the way,
Yup.
babe.
That's it, you
That's
play
the
hard to
secret.
get.
Yep. So I teach my girls.
Well, how did you
When
ask
they get
her?
older.
Wait a minute, I didn't know this one. How did you ask her to get married?
How did I?
How did you?
I forgot.
I don't even remember.
Yeah.
How did you ask her, Uncle George?
Just, we're
You
getting
know,
married.
first few dates we went together, I went to see her in Chicago. She didn't know about my family, nothing. I showed her a big long line picture to the kids.
Goodbye.
5 kids grew up.
Let her know what she's getting into.
She got a ready-made family.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
She was a wife, a grandmother,
Grandmother, mother-in-law,
mother-in-law.
all at one day when she said I do.
Wow.
Oh, and then they got married in your house.
Yeah,
We made it though, didn't we?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
you
you
did.
did.
Bloomingdale.
Okay.
Good
Yeah.
job.
Counts.
You
Oh, now
did.
That's for sure.
How
Yeah,
many
yeah,
years?
yeah.
42?
Yeah, and wait, I tell you what your dad did.
43?
Uh-oh. Another
Yeah.
Another
I
one.
had this
In
wedding for
1973?
Auntie Babe at my house,
Oh,
okay?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I had punch, and your brother knew
Okay,
that
with the punch.
I was a team.
Your
you know,
brother,
I
your
didn't touch the
father.
stuff. So him
Your brother.
and
Wait.
Auntie Elma got together,
Oh, Uncle Mike.
and they brought a big bottle of whiskey,
Oh.
and they poured it all in the bunch.
In the punch.
And the people were drinking a bunch.
And they're from,
Hey!
and they
The
were all
best
from
punch I
church.
ever tasted.
But they were from church, all these people.
This is good
Oh, and they
punch.
don't drink.
This
No,
guy-
we had all the
this
church
guy-
people
This guy here.
from the two
This
churches
guy.
from our
You didn't
church
know that?
in
Wait, you,
Indiana.
wait, you poured the booze and the punch?
Yeah.
I thought
They
Uncle
brought a
Mike
big
did.
bowl of booze, and they
Dad,
fill all the
Dad.
punch with the booze.
You didn't
You
know
know,
that?
I don't
They
feel
were
so, I don't
getting
feel so bad
Yeah,
about
all
it.
those
Like we used
people,
to do.
they really like that punch.
Yeah, they were from the church though.
I thought
Oh,
Uncle
that's
Mike
funny.
and Auntie Elma did that.
Yeah,
No.
he told
This
us.
is the truth.
He
Your
told us.
dad- He tell you.
He told us it was
He
Uncle
knows
Mike.
it.
He blamed it
Dad.
on Uncle Mike.
Because I had
Naughty.
to pry it out of him. So,
Oh, you're
He
naughty.
told us this a long
See,
time
he
ago.
blamed,
Yeah.
he blamed
Uncle
somebody
Mike.
else.
Yep.
Now
Oh,
the,
you're
the
sick.
truth
Coming
should
out.
set you free.
Did that.
Another hug. You're getting another hug. Just for that.
Oh, okay. He did that.
yes.
did it.
yes.
Yes, but he blamed
Him
it
and
on.
Elma.
But Aunt Faith, he used
Oh, I
to.
could see Auntie Alma, yeah.
Yeah.
We'd
Well,
ask him, did you ever do anything when you're a kid? Oh no. And then
No.
Grandma, we'd ask Grandma, no, Joey's my angel.
Angel.
she go like this. Oh,
Oh,
my
she-
Joey.
Yeah,
He-
she
You're
did.
not dirty.
She
I
really
curl
did.
his
She favored
hair.
He never got
Now
in
you
trouble.
know he went and stole candy at Mars. He
Stole
stole
cars.
cars.
Getting
Put
people,
alcohol
church
to
people drunk.
church people getting drunk.
All Dad would have
Never
to do is
cared.
look at us and go like this.
We
Yeah.
never missed a day
And-
of school. I'm not
Yeah.
joking.
You know
Never.
what? That's the way my dad
Yeah,
was.
never missed
Oh,
a
yeah.
day of school.
We never,
We're
we,
so
if we would,
afraid of
at
it.
that time, we went house
Yeah.
visiting because we didn't have no TV.
Yeah.
And we always went to visit. But if we got out of line, my dad would go,
Yep.
and
Just
boy,
look
we
at
had
you.
Yeah, well, we got spankings.
Wait,
that's
Dad.
all they had to do was
He-
look at
yeah.
us.
Tell him if Grandpa whistled and you didn't hear the whistle and you weren't at the table,
Yeah,
you
it was
didn't
Grandpa.
eat. But you didn't eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
But we
said,
knew his whistle when
if
he
you
called
didn't,
us in
if
the house.
you weren't here 3
And
minutes
that's when I
for my
whistled.
whistle, you went straight to bed without dinner. That
And
was
do
it.
you know I'm 66
That was the
years
rule.
old? And
3
what do you,
minutes to get
watch
in.
this. What do you do when I come home from work when you're cooking dinner for me? What do you do?
Wait for you.
No, what are you doing? What do you do?
That's your
my
problem.
grandpa?
That's your problem. You wait.
He does that. He did that
That's
to
what I
us
do.
too. He did that to
Yeah.
us
He
too.
whistles when the food's
Dinner's
ready.
ready.
Yep.
I'm 66 years old and he's whistling now.
Oh,
When we were kids, we would go to the neighborhood kids' houses and play. And same thing, before dinner, we would hear, because he could whistle super loud. And we
Well,
hear,
we can't do it
Like,
no more. His
that was
lungs are
Grandpa.
bad.
that's
That
how
was
we
Grandpa.
knew to
He
come
gave us a
in.
whistle.
We could hear him.
About
And if we
it.
couldn't hear him, that
Well,
means we
most
weren't
of
in
the
the
time, Mom
neighborhood,
picked
and
up
then
the
we were in
phone
bigger
and,
trouble.
you know.
The other story,
Uh-oh.
uh,
What did Uncle Joe do
I don't know
now?
if he'll admit to it,
Something else you thought your father
but
did do.
this is what Grandma tells me. That he used to walk in sleep.
Oh,
Yes.
he's talking.
Okay, this one and Sophie.
He used to walk in
They
sleep.
do that
We
too.
walk in our sleep.
And Uncle Pete
Pete, yeah.
lived with us.
Oh, those are that's a
Before
whole,
we got
that's a whole
married.
other day of stories.
Yeah.
Before we got married.
He lived with us too.
And Uncle Pete slept next to Grandma, the next bedroom, and he always had a glass of water
Oh, yeah.
alongside of his bed. You remember this story?
I still do that.
Okay.
Me too.
And
never
the
heard
story
this. These are all
I
new.
was told that they found him walking in his sleep and excuse
Oh no.
the expression,
That's okay.
if I can get up.
I can get up.
He
You
walked
can't
I
get
have
into
to get up.
he walked into Uncle
We get the
Phil's
idea.
Yeah,
Uncle
you can't
Pete's
get up.
bedroom right to his glass, and he went. Now I don't know. That's what Grandma thought.
You
Right,
know why?
Yeah, I heard that.
You know why?
I'm shutting my
Can you
door
imagine
tonight.
Uncle Pete drinking? What?
Oh,
Can you
no,
imagine
I-
Uncle Pete
He didn't
drinking?
hear you, Diane.
You know why?
Listen to this.
My Uncle Pete was very loving.
Like my Uncle Joe, I like to hug him. I'm locking my door tonight. I just want to let you know. Because I leave a glass by my bed too.
He's gonna come and pee in your glass.
Well, if you use a cup,
Was that sleepwalking or is it because
His
Uncle Pete?
stories
Remember,
get
he wouldn't
dirty.
give you the comics, and he was
He would hold
he was something else.
Oh, my sister gotta go.
She's gotta go.
laughing too
He
hard.
was very tight.
Yes.
He was single when he lived with us.
Yeah, he was single.
And he worked. He was a baker at Goldblatt's,
Yeah,
Oh.
and
and we had his wedding in our house.
All
we
these
never.
weddings
He
now.
would never.
Oh, man.
Even though he was a baker, he would never bring anything home. You know, cake or
Uncle
anything.
Mike used to always bring things home.
Yeah,
And he was so darn tight. On a Sunday, he would buy the Sunday paper, and he wouldn't give us my brother and I the comics to read until he.
So
was
that was his punishment. He peed in the
Until
glass.
That's why I said I don't think it was
Reading the paper.
sleepwalking.
You remember?
He was a oh.
And then they
He was
stole
tough.
the wine at the weddings.
Yeah, they
remember?
stole the wine at the
We used to
weddings.
go to weddings there in Chicago, and Uncle Pete would take them bottles, big wine.
Yeah. Yes.
And he'd take them bottles and
Yeah.
come home with him.
Well, and then
Yeah.
his wife,
Yeah, Lena take all
she
the
would
food, yeah.
take the silver. Wasn't she taking like the
So
salt
she'd bring her own
shakers?
suitcase or a
Salt-
shopping bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Salt shakers.
Yeah.
Anything that's good wine, they never needed them pouring it out, you know, to take it home.
His daughter had polio,
Yeah.
and so he had to. He wanted to visit her. She was up in Minnesota. So Mike and I said, "Well, let's
Oh, yeah.
drive him up there." So we drove him up there in our car and brought him back. And we
talk
stayed
about
overnight. And you know, he never even volunteered to buy gas for the car. Maybe that's why I had to go at night. Revenge.
Uncle Pete was the.
And
He-
Uncle
he was
Pete was
tough. He
Grandma's
was
the-
brother.
Yeah.
That's what she.
One of the
That's what he
brothers,
just said.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. He just,
fine.
Ugh.
Boy, he was tight.
Oh my God, you guys.
but there again, it shows the generosity of our mother and father.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
They put up with Uncle Pete.
Uncle
Yeah.
He
John.
lived with us before he got married.
Uncle
They
John.
opened their house to
my Uncle
everybody.
Phil,
They opened the
Yeah.
house to
Every year he come over from Italy, they put him up. Then
Yeah.
Uncle John they took care of him, you know.
And the monkey.
I tell you. And then,
My
the
father,
monkey?
he was a
then they
very
had
loving person.
my Uncle Buzzy. You know, they shared the
yeah.
house. And they took care of them, you know.
Yeah.
basically.
7 kids.
Where did the monkey stay when he lived with you? That's
See,
what I want
wanna
to
know
know.
where the monkey stayed.
No, he
You
didn't
know,
live.
John-
He didn't have the monkey.
With Uncle
then.
John.
But in your house.
He
No,
didn't
no,
have
no.
the monkey.
Grandma
then.
wouldn't let that monkey.
When he got hit, he lost his monkey.
When he got hit.
But my poor,
Something's wrong.
Grandma wouldn't take the monkey.
my
When he
poor
got hit,
mother.
he lost his
He
monkey.
took
That sounds
Uncle
like it
John.
hurt.
He took care of
Oh
him.
gosh.
He got him healthy, and he sent him back to Italy.
And to get rid of
And
the
he paid the
monkey.
whole bill.
They want you to stop talking.
Listen.
They want you to stop talking so you can tell the story.
Oh, okay. I was talking to her.
Sophie was telling me a story.
I was talking to her. I wasn't talking to you guys.
She wasn't talking.
Mike and I would get up
What kind of business
about
is he in?
11:30,
What kind of business is he in?
and we'd climb over the coal bin.
To get out the
I'll
door.
go through that little
Shutters.
Because the doors were locked.
door there, yeah.
Nice.
And then we'd go
Start
to
during hurricane
we'd go to
season, huh?
Grandin and Austin because there was a guy selling hot dogs.
Oh.
We'd go there for a hot dog.
At night?
Yeah. Have our hot dog and come back into the coal bin.
Oh my god.
How old were you?
Yeah. Yeah, see, because
It was before the
The
war, I
window
don't know.
was
15, 14.
level with
We
With
never
the
snuck
alley.
out.
Okay.
the back of the house.
Yeah.
Okay.
And all you had to do is take this door out, and the coal was always high.
Hi.
So you just crawl over the coal
coal.
bin to get in the house.
Trouble.
But he had
Nothing
real
but
good
trouble.
hot
It
dogs.
was terrible when they delivered a coal because the whole house got dusted.
Oh yeah.
They kept the doors closed.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And I think Uncle Fuzzy worked in coal. Didn't he do the coal?
Who?
Uncle Basil, didn't he do the
Yes, for
work
a
for the
while.
coal company?
He
I thought
worked
he
for.
worked. Because
Well,
he used
yeah.
to come home all dirty, black.
He did for a
He
while.
worked for a coal
Yeah,
company.
he did for a while.
Yeah.
But he ended up in a machine shop, I think.
Yeah, but I remember
Yeah.
him coming home
At
all
first,
dirty.
So you didn't clean the house. She cleaned the house.
I was supposed to clean our house.
Our
up.
house.
Oh, your house. Okay.
My mother worked,
Okay.
so we had to clean the house on Saturday. That was a cleaning day.
What would Grandma do though if when she got home things weren't clean?
No, she didn't. We had it
She-
done by
I
then.
had it
Oh,
done by the
okay.
time
No,
she
we
got
had it
home.
done by then.
But you just took your time.
She just
Yeah.
like listen to the radio.
Yeah. Take your time.
This is the Fioris that lived. I'm going to give you this. Their
Oh,
copy.
okay.
I'll make you a copy.
Okay.
You don't have to. This is our house on McVickers.
Okay.
And this is my father's sister, the half sister, okay?
Half sister. That's
Okay.
That's the adopted Albergo sister.
Yeah, Albergo.
Maria.
And this is the
Maria?
Fiore. This guy married his daughter, Mary,
Okay.
okay? And these are the two kids that, this is the Rosa that is sending us the email.
Okay.
She's now, your age,
Rosa
okay?
Fiore.
Yeah, that's the Fiore. Now this is in Italy where I stayed with Uncle Phil's wife.
Okay.
And this is Grandpa's sister in Italy before she came. You see the resemblance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now she had 3 daughters.
Okay.
The oldest one was Eugenia. She lived in England. And this is Sophie, her daughter.
Okay.
And this is Maria. And I think that guy talked to her son.
Okay.
Okay. And this is Maria, her daughter, okay? And this is the one that Grandpa gave the land to.
Okay.
And this is Chicho, if you remember him.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He was,
Sure, I recognize him.
he
too.
worked for the city of Chicago.
Yeah.
And
Right.
he just retired in Trujillo, and he lived about 3 houses down from her. And he was the only one on the block that had hot water, a toilet, and the TV. He was the rich guy because he was on Social Security.
Yeah.
And I forgot to tell you that Uncle John, they invited Uncle John to when I was there.
Yeah.
So he was the only DiPrigio, see.
Did he show up?
Now that's me with our cousin Maria at their house. I was cutting cake. Now this is Uncle Phil, his oldest daughter, and Sophie, and his wife. The little one Maria wasn't born at that time. Okay. These I'm going to show you. This is Esther when we were in Japan.
Oh wow.
Okay, here's the pictures.
No, I went.
Okay, this is Pa and Philippe
Now,
and his sister.
let me know when you're ready. Okay?
This is
Are you ready?
Uncle Phil, and that's you see Pa.
Yeah.
He looks a lot like Mike there.
Sure.
Okay, now here
You're gonna give me the hang.
is Pa. Here, look how tall he is, and this is Uncle Phil. This is when they were teenagers,
Wow.
and that's Mikhail, the father that adopted him.
No.
Okay.
That's Albergo.
Huh?
Michael Albergo.
Yeah, Albergo.
Grandpa's
Michael Albergo. That's Grandpa, and that's Uncle Phil.
Phil. Okay.
Yeah. And then this is, I think is Grandma Regina, and I don't know who this is. I can't remember now. Okay, then this is outside. There's Chicho again, and he took me around. That's his wife, and that's Maria, and that's Pa's sister, and this girl was the wife, widow actually, of Ma's only brother that never came to the States. His name was Vito.
Oh.
She had a brother named Vito that never came to the States, and she was a wizard, and they called her Long Legs in the television.
Oh, I remember hearing that.
Yamalong,
Yeah.
She was everywhere.
Yeah.
And in the house, okay, this is me.
Oh wow.
At 12 years old. That's when I was 8 months old.
Oh wow.
Oh, look at that. This is me at 18-year-old with Pa Chevy. And there's Ma, me, and Esther at 21 years old. There's Ma and Pa.
Yeah.
See, David looks like Pa.
Are you mean to him?
Yeah.
She's your big sister.
And this is Pa. And here's one of the family. There's Michael, there's Eddie, there's Davy, there's Gloria. I think that's Diane, and
Yeah, that's her.
yeah, and
That's you.
and this is Angela. There's Sophie's kids. You gotta show Sophie that picture. Oh, that's it. Father, we are so grateful that you designed for us to be together here at this time, dear Lord. We thank you for what you've done in the past, how you've taken us through many, many years of joy and suffering and blessing. But all in all, Lord, you were there. And for tomorrow, we know that you'll be there to guide us and to lead us. And we pray especially that you bless each family represented around this table, Lord, that you would keep us in thee. Bless this food and be a nourishment to us, Lord. And most of all, we pray for a safe journey back home to Chicago. We pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Make Diana White's house.
Grand Avenue.
Oh, yeah.
It was an old little clubhouse building, and my father had a piano, roller piano.
Oh, that player piano. Yeah.
Anyways, they had a clubhouse there. So I guess somehow or other they got the piano there. I don't know what the story was, how you got the piano there.
We carried it there.
Yeah, well, you thought you wanted to play music. That's what my dad thought you guys wanted to have the piano in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
They were so cold that there was no heat.
We had a potbelly stove in there.
And they chopped
Club.
the piano up, put the used it for firewood.
Firewood. Oh my God.
Yes.
Destruction of property.
There you go. Make a list.
Here, my father thought he was being nice to forgive him the piano.
It was
they
a
could have
treehouse.
music.
It was a clubhouse, not a treehouse.
It was a store. It was a store.
A little building, yeah.
It was, in fact, the fish market was there. They had the fish market there. They
Yes.
sold fish after
So,
years.
what did you tell Grandpa you did with the piano after you chopped it
Well,
up?
I don't know. I can't. He probably was mad. I don't know.
I don't think he cared about it.
But he gave. He thought they'd have music
Now,
in it.
doesn't your father look like?
And
Yes.
They chopped it all up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Angela?
And then,
It's in the notes.
And then,
And then, what'd
and
you do?
then,
what else you gonna confess to?
next door there was a we had a fruit market. Vegetables.
Leo.
Leo, right.
Leo.
Told me.
And he would put outside in crates like potatoes, to sell. And he had it in front of the store. So we would sneak around the side, grab a couple of potatoes, and we'd roast them in the club.
Who you want to know? Who do you want to know?
Again.
I remember Phil
Stealing.
Phil, you used to roast potatoes at the curb
Yeah.
on the street. They'd make a fire.
And
Yeah.
bake
Put the
them.
potatoes on the
Bake them by the
stick.
curb.
That was
Till they
his
got
son.
charred black.
Charred,
Yeah.
but they were good inside.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who's this?
I
what it
think
was
that's
for.
still- He had two sons.
I think it was for Mikey.
Anthony, Marianne, me,
My brother
and
Mike.
Don. That's
I think
Judy's husband.
it's when he graduated Burbank, a grade school.
Say thank you.
Pa was so happy. He had a big party in the basement. And what's his name with the accordion?
Reno.
Reno. Then the guy with the drums, I forget his name.
Yeah.
But Pa made roast beef, sausage sandwiches. He was so proud
Did he
of
graduate?
his first son graduating grade school. He put out a big
That's when they
party.
got married.
Tony.
No, I tell
The
you.
drummer was
One of
Tony.
Anthony's
But you-
girlfriends.
What
That
was it?
picture, was
Tony?
that the picture of you when
Tony.
you graduated at grammar school?
Tony.
I have a picture of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tony.
With the ribbon. Remember, they took him to the studio and took pictures.
Yeah.
They didn't do it with me.
Let it go. Let it
Middle
go.
child.
'Cause you were a
middle
girl.
child.
No, the two boys, like, they got big on. No, Pa was proud because they finished school. He didn't have no education. So.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Every week.
You make his own
That's Marianne and
sausage.
me.
And people would come and buy it.
Yeah.
People would come, they ordered. I mean, he made like 100 pounds.
Anthony.
It got out of hand, and so finally he stopped
Yeah.
Yeah.
because he was making sausage.
Wow.
Yeah, Pa closed the shop. The mafia wanted to
And she
kidnap
she always
Mike.
protected my son from getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pa closed the shop.
Pa had a butcher shop
Yeah,
on Grand Avenue and Ogden Avenue.
right.
Dominic.
And the
That was
mafia
for the other
Wanted
side of the
money.
family. Grandfather.
told him that
You know what the Italians are. You gotta name
if
Protection
you
money.
didn't pay,
Protection
Yeah,
money.
we
you gotta
come and
name
get
them
your
after
son.
the-
Except Eric has my
My
dad's
father
name.
said, no way. They threw a brick and they broke the whole glass of his butcher shop. Then he says, I'm moving.
He
And
closed.
that's when he moved
Put this in
and
the
went on
bag.
McVicker
But
shop.
he said, Joe said he went to Wisconsin.
You moved to Wisconsin. This is my son and his.
They
Joe
took
said
it
his
to-
Pa went to Wisconsin. I never.
Well,
heard
he
of
didn't go. He took
He
us
sent-
to a farm,
With Grandma
a friend. Yeah,
for a couple of weeks
yeah.
to
To get
just
away from
be
the
safe for a
the
while.
gangsters.
And you know, when out of meal, the
We lived on McVickers at that
Yeah.
time.
Anna told me that the mafia told hands off on Adamil Janelli. Don't go there and touch him.
That's what
And they
Grandpa-
never touched
Why?
Adamil.
Huh?
The mafia never
No.
touched Adamil.
Yeah.
Why?
Anna told me that. They told
The father
because I don't know, he was a good
tried
man or
to
whatever.
mother
They
Oh, where?
told the guys not to go,
Yeah.
not to
preacher?
touch him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Anna told me.
Yeah. They were pretty ruthless. And Chicho's brother,
She died early
Mike.
at 46.
His son,
Albergo,
yeah,
Because
he got.
he had a son
His
that
name
was
was
my age,
Mike.
and his name was Michael too. And
They
they
got him.
threatened him, and he never saw his son.
No, never.
They claimed they had
disappeared?
him buried somewhere under
When Mom
concrete.
passed away, she came to the funeral.
Yeah, yeah.
Frances, the sister.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
old was he?
yeah.
I don't know, but that would have been my father's cousin, adopted cousins.
Okay.
Okay.
They were
Albergo,
Albergos.
okay.
They were Albergos.
Yeah.
But the son, they never found his body.
Oh my God.
When you guys,
do that again.
Do that again.
Do it
Gloria
again.
se Santa Nome.
yeah, go to Thunderdome.
Thank you.
That was, so she wanted to go. She was only 5 years old, and he took off early. She got mad because they took off, and you and I were left with her, and he left a fishing pole. He said,
And I had to take her fishing.
we stood at the pier, and Ed said, use this, let her fish at the pole. So then we decided who was going to put the worm on.
Oh, not
He
me.
said, I ain't going to put the worm on. I said, I don't want to put the worm on.
She put the worm on.
And then I
Remember
said,
downtown Chicago by the pier?
no, I'm talking about we went to Michigan.
Michigan.
Oh.
And then I said to Babe, what happens now if she catches a fish?
Yeah, you gotta
Who's
take
going
it.
to take it?
I was only 3, I think. 3 years old.
You said you're 5.
Was I 5?
About 5 years old. It was before Donna was born.
Yeah, because Amanda
Maybe
wanted to take
4
me
years
fishing.
old. Maybe you were 4.
Oh my
It was little. I got pictures of that.
She was so mad. She
but I caught
wanted.
a fish.
She wanted to go fishing with her
Who touched the
father.
fish?
He
I
didn't
touched it.
take her.
No one would take me.
And left her with us.
Yeah, great.
We got stuck with her.
Days go by.
Here's the reason
Oh, here's the reason why. You got the wrong word.
They're singing it
That's
wrong.
why. Alright.
so
I'm
mad.
happy. Here's the reason why. Jesus took my burdens all away.
Now
I'm singing as the days go by. Jesus took my burdens all away.
Once I was.
Was a,
Oh, it goes like.
once I was
There's the
a.
na 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 part.
Once I was.
No, 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 no. Well, at least she said, here's the reason why. We got the wrong word.
Then it goes into one.
Is that the one you were singing?
No, here's
that's
the
the one she
reason
was
why.
saying.
Yes, it was the same one.
Oh, okay.
At least she got the right
Is
word.
that like from camp or from Wana?
Church.
Church?
Remember, she played all that on the piano.
That's what she was saying.
You don't
Think
remember
that was
that?
it?
But we didn't get the right words though.
You remember?
She
that
only
song?
got, this is why I'm so happy, Jesus.
Go sit down and take
I think
pictures.
she's tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't answer.
Signora Bipiatari.
All right. Jesus help me.
When I was a little girl, which was a long time ago, my mother used to take me to the Italian service, and they used to sing. They had a hymnal, the Italian hymnal, and I used to sing all those songs in Italian.
Oh,
with
wow.
My mother. Yeah. I was just a little tot.
Oh, wow.
I mean, now I can't remember. I mean,
Yeah.
But Diane said, somebody who's got the hymnal.
The Italian?
Jenny does.
Yeah, my mother had the Italian hymnal.
Wow.
My mother had it all the time.
Yeah.
But I used to sing it Italian.
Yeah. Oh,
Now I
wow.
can't.
Yeah. But you didn't know what, you knew what it meant.
Well, yeah, I knew the songs. They were the same.
Yeah.
Same
English.
songs we sang in English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were in Italian. They would have a special service.
For Italian?
Italian.
Oh, wow.
That was many years ago.
Yeah.
Uniti insieme di fede spreme, combatteremo, vittoria avremo, nel nome santo del Signore. See?
That's all you know.
Yeah, it's Italian.
Okay.
I don't know. I used to sing them
No, what
with
did you
Mom
sing?
when I was going to church, but I don't remember them.
Il mondo non è più per me. Il mondo non è più per me. Di questo mondo non so più. Oh, gloria, gloria, buon Gesù.
That's my name.
Gloria.
Hey,
It's my name.
How did you get your name in this book?
Gloria.
she wants to.
And what praise and
She
adulation.
wants to praise. All right, here's another one. Sulle
My mother's mother.
croce morì per
And
me.
she said, Gloria.
Sulle croce morì per me. Inchiodate fu per me soffrì. Sulle croce per me.
That I understand.
For me, he died.
He
That's
died
it.
for
On
me
the cross.
Cross,
Yeah.
go ahead.
died
Sing
on the
that
cross.
one.
I
I like to
remember
know
that
that one.
You're singing in
Sing that one.
See, Dad, remember it.
Okay,
You can understand any of them.
let's see if I can find
No,
that one.
sing the one with the cross.
What?
Sing the one you just did with the cross.
The one I just sang?
Yes, I want to hear it.
Well, why don't you hear it before?
Sulle croce morì per me. Sulle croce morì per me. Inchiodate fu per me soffrì. Sulle croce morì per me.